According to Forbes, Amazon is worth over $400 billion.
So this is what you put your reputation on right here?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just off Route 6 by the Bear Mountain Bridge. We've obtained video of last night's incident. It took place just down the street from here. According to police, a woman tried to use an app to sell her cell phone.
Files was Josh Rultenberg is at the airport.
Yeah, good morning, CJ. That aid being sent to Puerto Rico is severely needed with the humanitarian crisis on the island.
Files was Josh Rultenberg joins us in Nyack.
CJ, people in our state have been waiting years for this day. Starting at 9 o'clock tonight, crews are going to begin to transition to open the new New York Bridge. Sauced, Amazewing, Wingtastic.
How it taste, guys?
Delicious. All good.
Beer.
Hi guys, Belgian white or harvest pumpkin, what do you want?
Live music. 26 restaurants from the Westchester area, all showcasing their wings for the first annual Wing Fest at Empire City Casino.
Is there anything better to do on a Saturday than eat wings and
Beautiful
drink beer?
day like today? No way. No way. So, cheers to everyone.
Westchester County Magazine publisher Ralph Martinelli says Wingfest has the right ingredients to grow for years.
Like you said, who doesn't like wings? And we've got almost 2,000 people here today.
But watching 2,000 people eat wings can make you really hungry. So I had to try some of my own. And I went to Dan Rooney's Sports Pub executive sous chef Matt Heisel for a sample. He said I would be blown away by his batch with all the flavors and spices.
My barbecue sauce is one of the best out there. It took me 2 months to design my barbecue.
So this is what you put your reputation on right here?
Yep.
Okay. And now I see why.
It's Wingfest! It's Wingfest!
The event also featured a wing eating contest.
3, 2, 1, go! 2 minutes.
And after 2 minutes of this disgusting display, Purchase's Adam Weiner ate the most, demolishing 15 wings.
Adam,
How's it feel? You're the champ.
Oh my God, it feels awesome. I love wings, and I just ate them as fast as I could. Next thing you know, I'm the winner.
The crowd then chose its favorite wings, casting their vote by chip.
The classic grilled buffalo wing from Cole's Pizza.
And then a panel of judges made their own determinations. So if you weren't here, chances are you'll be able to spread your wings to get here in the coming years. In Yonkers, Josh Rultenberg, FiOS 1 News. Police have several streets blocked off as they continue investigating. Meanwhile, we've obtained video of last night's incident. It took place just down the street from here as police responded to a call just after 8 o'clock last night about a suspicious car with 2 men inside at Marshall Road and Ridge Drive. A female officer can be heard shouting, "Show me your hands," just before over a dozen gunshots were exchanged between the suspects and police. During the shooting, police say the female officer, assigned to the 3rd Precinct, was shot in the jaw. One of the suspects was also shot. After the second round of shooting, police screamed, "Put your hands up." The 2 suspects were arrested a short time later. The cop and the suspect who were shot are both said to be in serious but stable condition. The other suspect is in police custody. None of their names have been released. A handgun was recovered at the scene.
At this time, we do not have any other suspects. We're not looking for anyone else. Both suspects are accounted for.
Commissioner Charles Gardner says the investigation is in its early stages and police do not have a lot of information. But he says this situation could have been much worse.
Thank God the officer right now did not sustain a life-threatening injury. You know, she's struck. She's in serious but stable condition. But thank God that it looks like she's going to be okay.
And police still have several streets blocked off, including Marshall, Ridge, Wendover, and Madeline Parkway. They've been out here since they first responded just after 8 o'clock last night. I'm just off Route 6 by the Bear Mountain Bridge where 6 years ago, Chappaqua teen Evan Lieberman was killed in a car accident. His father, Ben, wants authorities to get tougher on texting while driving.
And every time I'm in a car and I see it, it reminds me.
At the time, the driver said that he fell asleep at the wheel, but later was found to be texting and driving. Fast forward, and Governor Cuomo is now pushing a device which could find out on its own whether or not your phone was in your hands. From 2011 to 2015, 12 people were killed and close to 3,000 were injured in cell phone-related crashes. Yet a possible new law could cut into those numbers and would require drivers involved in a crash to give their phones up to police. Cops would then use a textilizer, which plugs into the driver's phone and scan logs and collect data.
Are you in favor of the textilizer?
I absolutely am. And I'm also in favor of changing the ridiculous law that lets you text 3 times before you lose your license.
It's called a textilizer because it would work just like a breathalyzer would for measuring a person's alcohol intake. Under the proposed bill, if drivers refuse to hand over their phones, they would lose their license just like a suspected drunk driver would if they refused a sobriety test. The textilizer is far from being put into practice for several reasons. First, the technology isn't quite finished, according to Celebrate, the company who develops the device. And second, privacy and civil liberties groups are questioning if the machine would violate your rights.
I don't want to be involved with legislation that's going to invade anybody's privacy, but I don't want to bury another child.
Now, some experts are skeptical about the latter because they feel it could access more than authorities should be able to, like your personal information. However, if such a device was made available to law enforcement, maybe it would save lives and prevent horrific crashes like the one that took place near here nearly 6 years ago.